Today, two trades, two losers. Followed my plan, but never really worked out. So yesterday there was a huge sell-off, and it tried to break out of this consolidation zone, but came back inside the zone. So I took that as a pretty bearish signal, especially because the pivots were lower and it was very, very narrow here. And this one was overlapping lower also. So my overall bias was bearish, and it was opening up underneath L4 and S1 also, and under range and value. So I thought it was a pretty bearish day overall. And my main plan was to short L4 and S1 around here. One problem though was that there was this demand zone for our demand, and we were inside this demand zone, opening up inside this demand zone, and I just kind of ignored that because it was a bearish open. So I said I would rather err on the side of shorts rather than try to take a long off this demand, which I did, and I erred. So yeah, that was the day, because it bounced out of this demand zone right into value area low. The other plan was to short value area low, but after this rally up out of this demand zone, I wasn't really keen on doing that. But yeah, so initially market sells off, it rallies up and hits L4, and then it starts rejecting. I want to get in here, but I don't see anything really great. I mean, I kind of see this CVD hidden divergence, but I mean, there was not much other than that. I didn't see any sort of a P shape or anything, just, yeah, not too much. I was waiting for a retest back up, kind of bounces, breaks the high, so even if I entered there, it would have gone stopped out, and then starts coming back down. But again, I don't see much confirmation here. CVD broke with the highs here. Not much going on the 2-minute here, nor the 20 range. Starts coming down. I see this volume node here, and it's breaking down below that, which I have a lot of FOMO. I really want to go in short here, but I prevented myself going in, which was good, I guess. I was really hitting myself here at this point because it sold off, I don't know, 20 points already. And maybe I would have been out of this trade by then, but then rallied back up all the way up to L4 again, near L4, and this is when I enter my first one, because it forms this 2-minute delta divergence here, positive 871 on the delta, but candle's negative. CVD is all the way up here, but price did not break highs yet, nowhere near the highs actually, and so I enter one contract because it was such a big stop, 10-point stop here, and I get pretty much instantly stopped out. So it ends as a 2-minute delta divergence, but just rallies up. Seems like maybe sellers are stepping in, but nope. It just climbs right back up, and now it's going right back down and just kind of chopping around here. But I feel like I kind of got stopped out of that really unfairly, I guess. And I saw that kind of a P shape there. There's a 1-minute delta divergence over here forming. Again, it's making new highs on CVD, but nowhere near the highs on price. So I kind of like that. I gave it another try based on this P shape here, this time with 2 contracts because of the 5-point stop. Yeah, my stop was right above there, above this little bit of a P shape. I didn't think it was bad. I like the CVD hidden divergence. But makes this delta divergence bearish. And CVD is climbing up still. Makes new highs, but price does not make new highs. If you look at the 2-minute again, it's making a bearish delta divergence again. Again, it starts rallying, but gets rejected. But the thing is that every time it comes to this 68.52 area, It just can't break these lows here below this high volume node ledge. 3 in a row, bearish delta divergence. Tries to break the lows, cannot. All the while, CVD is still trending up, making higher highs, all while price is not. So, I mean, I initially thought that was a good sign. Now it's 4 in a row delta divergences on the 2 minute, which I think is a good sign for bears, but it just can't seem to break down. I was getting pretty frustrated at this point. The sellers just weren't stepping in. And yeah, it came down to 52, 51, and tries to break, but cannot. Seems like it's going to form a 5th delta divergence here, bearish. But finally probably step in and stops me out there. That was pretty much it. I was thinking maybe I switch my bias now to longs and take a long here with this B shape. And I think it formed a delta divergence here at some point, although it didn't end as one. Yeah, I thought about taking a long there, but I was trying to, well, it wasn't in my plan one, so I didn't take it, but it would have worked out. Nice rally up, and then there was a second chance where I could have taken it long. So now that I broke out of this high volume node ledge, I wanted it to come down and test 68 again, and then hold, which it kind of did. Kind of formed a delta divergence there, and then started rallying. So my entry would have been around 68 or so. Wouldn't have been that bad of an entry, and I think it would have worked out. So it comes back down, but holds and then rallies. So yeah, there were opportunities here to long, and then again here to long, to go to value area low. So I've been about 68 where I would have entered, and gone to 85, which is not a bad risk to reward, but that wasn't in my plan, so I didn't take it. But seems like value area low short is working out, but this L4 short just did not work out.